Hello, my name is Gina. Welcome to my channel. And today, I would like to say before I introduce the topic that this is the second attempt that I'm recording. I just did a video half an hour long, and someone or something didn't like what I was talking about. There's constant interference, like crackling, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with my camera or anything, really. It's been all tested, so I don't see a reason why. It came in such a condition, I mean, that I couldn't publish that. So here's my second attempt tonight. I'm trying to do my best, but I'm very worried that something is interfering with me talking tonight. I call it what it is, dark forces. But anyway, I don't want to concentrate too much on that. The topic for today is how to create your own reality in non-physical dimension. I already mentioned that I would do the video about it, and this is my own observations and my own experience how I do it. I don't know how other people go about it. The reason I'm making this video because I've been working on creating my own safe place. Some people may call it heaven, some people may call it personal space. I feel it's important to create it while you're still in this physical body, in this physical dimension, before you cross over, because it's like building yourself a house. You've got somewhere to go. Remember, guys, if you're relying on some god to create a space and place for you, on some guides or whatever, angels, it may be not what you like, really. So why risk it? And besides, can you trust really those beings? Because I don't. I already mentioned this in many videos that I don't trust anything external. I had enough evidences within my life with what I do, especially since I became a seeker, which is for many years now, that something is almost preventing me from sharing my message, from sharing what I'm observing, from what I know, and it's like something doesn't like it, what I do. I don't know what it is, but here we go. So creating your own space, I call it personal heaven, okay? Personal heaven. It's a place where you can go after you finish with this physical life in here. How do you even begin to do it? To be honest, guys, this is very simple, okay? This is like doing something like a project, okay? Except that this is one of the most important projects that you may do, because this is something to do about your own security, safety. It's something that you're building a place that you can trust to go to. Remember, has to be done with here, within your mind, within your soul. If you externally project those things, like for example relying on somebody do it for you, it's not going to be exactly reflecting what you really want. So relying on yourself, it's very important. Now, how do you begin with? First of all, by using intention, okay? You're using the power of your mind, and the power of your mind can accommodate everything and anything that is between your deepest desires, okay? Use your imagination, use your creativity. You don't have to be an artist, although you are. Everybody's an artist. Everybody can create things with their own mind, and everybody has some sort of imagination. That it's a tool that you can use, okay? Don't limit yourself. This is the main important thing to remember. Also, another aspect of it, when you're creating a space for yourself, ask yourself, how does it feel as well? Accommodate your feelings, emotions, okay? and by all means how it's going to look like. There's another thing I would like to mention here, because I became aware that some people say, oh, you know, if you create something that is replica for what you see here between this earth plane that belongs to the matrix, because it's been designed and created here, that will bind you to it and you will always be coming back to it. It's going to be like a prison to you, you know. I don't look at it like this, because if you love something, why shouldn't you recreate something similar? I'm not saying you should do exactly the same. You could recreate something similar. You can change the color, the shape a little bit, make it your own, make it personal, okay? Because then you can call it your own creation. It doesn't matter that it's been here. I mean, one thing is for sure, that we all, since we are born here, we've been memory wiped. And this reality is basically all what we know. We don't know about anything else. So why shouldn't you say, oh, I have to stay away from anything here and disconnect and switch off? I mean, switch off to what exactly? Unless you can base your imagination how you would like to be on some sort of very surreal aspects of your mind that you can imagine. But I don't want to exist in a surreal world. I want to be somewhere that it's solid and real to me. I want to have something that I will enjoy, that I will see it, wow, I feel comfortable here. I mean, by all means, guy, remember, this is about your imagination. This is about your own solvent thinking, about your freedom, about your self-expression here. Lots of people say that, oh, you know, be careful, because if you create something up there, how are you going to get there when you die? Okay, that somebody's going to stand on your way and they're going to say you can't go any further. That's the thinking, you know. I already spoke about it, that if you're expecting obstacles, okay, if you expect that there's going to be some nightmare happening after you cross over, after you leave your body, there's going to be some beings preventing you and standing as obstacles. Yeah, it can happen that way because you're expecting it. So eliminating fear, it's extremely not just important but extremely beneficial. Remember, do not imagine that you're going to create something fantastic if you have fear in your heart, if you have doubts. The point is to be totally relaxed, totally in harmony with your thoughts, and then try to imagine what pleases you the best, what you're connecting with the best. Do not limit, okay? Do not limit your thoughts and your imagination. I spoke about all these aspects, how to do the details in that video that I thought I'm going to publish, the previous one. So now I have to try to remember as much as possible what I mentioned in there. Yes, do not limit yourself, because limitation is your enemy number one. We're very suppressed and oppressed in here. So why should you create a place that is going to be suppressed and oppressed and limited in any shape or form? It is very, very easy to think along those lines, because we are so conditioned to worries, to things not going away, and basically many people conditioned that all what they deserve is second best. No, you don't deserve second best. You deserve the best. I mean, you have to have this kind of attitude that there's no limits and you are your own boss, that there's nobody like authority figure out there, and nobody's going to stand on your way. This is important to remember. And do not limit yourself with thinking along these terms, like on earth everything has certain measurement, certain distance, okay? It doesn't matter how small or how big your place will be. I've got several places that I created between one space. It's like a little world I already managed to visualize that I'm going to exist in. And yes, this little world, superb versions of the best places that I've ever seen, because I use lots of places that I've been and I really, really liked, that made great impression on me. I made replica of it. I mean, not replica, I wanted to say, used it as inspiration, but I made it even better. in the sense that it became my own. Okay, so if there was anything, the tiniest bit that wasn't quite with me, I made it to be my own. So yeah, I mean, really, by all means. And also, don't forget to include people that you care about. If they share the same values, if you have a partner that you would like to continue together in afterlife, accommodate a partner between that scenario with you, okay? And yes, you can share it with your partner, but I wouldn't advise to talk about it like to everybody, because everybody's got different ideas, and of course my heaven wouldn't be your heaven, and your heaven could be different to what pleases me, you know. So we're all different, and we're all individuals, and we all deserve the best. I think there's as many words to be created as there's human beings on this planet, okay? There's no limitations. There's not only one heaven, as religion teaches us. There's heaven and hell, okay? If you're good, you're going to go to heaven. If you're bad, you're going to perish in hell. Well, this is so nonsensical, really, horrific. It diminishes us as beings, you know. It tells us we are nothing and nobody, and we have to listen to some nonsense that somebody says. It doesn't work that way. Yes, I have to mention here, like NDEs, what happened, because these guys who experience NDEs, they all of them saying that, oh, I saw heaven, oh, it's beautiful, the love, the beauty, everything is exactly as must be my home, so I can't wait to go back there. Remember, guys, what you see, what these people see during NDE experiences, this is not your own creation. This is somebody else's creation. External forces created that place, okay? Therefore, you've seen what somebody else created, and because they make you feel loved and make you feel like safe and fantastic, that makes sort of like you're almost addicted on the spot to it, that you want to visit that place again, belong there again, because it must be home. But that, in my opinion, is all trap, because those beauties that people experience there, that they see, to me, they are nothing more than holographical images, really. Yes, they can be beautiful, I mean, and also the euphoria, that love that you feel from those beings that appear during the experiences. Remember, when you're feeling loved, this is like a tactic they use on you, that they hook you on it. Oh yeah, they're gonna come back for more. You have to look from this kind of perspective, that you are a guest there, and if you go back there again, yeah, the only place to leave from that place, if you go back there, is going to be through here, through yet another reincarnation. So be very careful, guys, okay? Creating your own heaven, okay, I use this term, in your in non-physical dimension, is the whole idea of liberation, the whole idea that you're not going to be bound by some sort of beings, entities, gods. Everything like this has to be taken care of while you're still in this physical body. While you're creating your own space up there, you have to also pay attention what is in between your life at the moment, that you need to tidy up, maybe tie up some loose ends, ditch everything that as much as possible, at least that doesn't work for you within this life. Close the doors that make you stressful, move on from relationships that don't work anymore. Basically, try to get this idea that you're moving forward, okay? And wherever you're moving forward, that it's a better place to where you've been already, okay? This is the whole idea. Because creating your heaven that you're going to move to, it has to be a place that is ultimate of your well-being and whatever pleases you the most, okay? So this is important to take on board. Yes, ditch negativities too. I mean, I'm not saying that you should immediately, within one day, say, oh yeah, I thought about it, I've got a few pictures in my head, oh, this is the place I would like to be, and that's it. No, creating your space, okay, it's a big deal. It has to be a process attached to it, okay, because you add to this process. You have to use your imagination as much as possible, your feelings, your imagination. How and why? How would you like to feel within that space? How would you like to be? How would you like to look even? Everything is important. Add as many details as possible. Create. Do not be shy about details being created there. Anything. Don't limit yourself and think along those terms that we are brainwashed with in here, because we are being told since day one just about everything, how to do, what to do, and independent critical thinking was totally ripped off from our soul from the day one. You're not supposed to do this, you're not supposed to do that, and now you try to ditch this kind of behavior, ditch this kind of belief that you are bound to something that basically tells you something what to do. It is very important to address also this fear system within yourself, because when you're creating your own heaven, you don't want to inject that fear and what if I do this and if I do that. Don't have doubts. Okay, the most important thing is to remember that you are the creator being, that you are divine creator being, and that you can do everything and anything, almost like there's no limitations to it when it comes to the imagination coming from within your mind. I mean, why am I claiming on this that it would be even possible to create this heaven? Because everything points to it. There's been many evidences, I mean, books written about it, that your mind, freed from your body, it's a tool of creation. It creates non-stop, and it's all the time busy, and it's a unrestricted mind. It's like on the level of the God, you know. So don't restrict yourself, because within that reality, that non-physical dimension, your mind is free. And also you can create anything there to appear as solid as what you create with your hands and bound to the time within the earth reality. Okay, so that has to be observed too. I mean, here in instant creation manifestation is hardly possible, but up there only that works. I mean, there's many evidences, like people have experienced a lucid dreaming. I mean, that's a good example that between lucid dreaming, when you become lucid between that reality, you can create with your mind. Yes, your body is not there, the physical body, during the lucidity in a dream, but your mind is active, and you can create anything and about everything. You can protect yourself from danger instantly if you're aware of it. You can make things happen that you wouldn't think it was possible in here. You can fly, levitate, you can do anything basically, but yet hardly anybody talks about it. In my opinion, guys, this subject should be introduced in schools. Kids should be taught about it, but instead, I don't know, we are taught total rubbish, basically, things that we don't hardly use. It's not useful to us in everyday life, what we've been taught in schools. Yes, it's a pastime, but I don't know. I don't know. It's really lots of nonsense, lots of waste of time, in my opinion. Children should be taught about metaphysical outlook on life and existence, that we are eternal beings. They should be taught that you are independent creator, that you can do things. You know, that would have been so wonderful, really. But instead, we are told and bombarded that we have to behave, that we have to listen to the system, the teachers, the doctors, the politicians, the gods. It goes endlessly, really. By the time you grow up, you are very adult that lacking confidence, adult that is fearful, unsure, and on a very shaky ground. Lots of people don't have much, they place themselves on a very little compare themselves to little nothingness almost, which is totally wrong, because, I mean, especially religion did a big disservice to humanity, massive, because it makes you feel like you are literally like a grain of sand, like your consciousness, your creativity is just nothing. And then that belief, the reality of reincarnation, what goes on and on and on. Why I'm saying today, talking today about creating your own space, this is another aspect of it, to ditch the reincarnation loop. You don't want to go back to the place that you came from before you were born here, because this is important point, guys. If you don't prepare space for yourself, your own heaven, okay, you're gonna end up back to where you came from. And where do you think you're gonna go from that place? Ask yourself. Back here in yet another body, with another set of identities, whatever, to complete another 80 years of suffering or whatever. So it's not like people say, oh, I can't wait to go home. No, you have to create your own home consciously, okay? Use the power of your mind, power of your creativity. Don't doubt that you can do it. Eliminate the fear, okay? I keep repeating because this is important, okay? So remember, guys, don't go back. Don't aim to this place from where you came from, because that wasn't your home. If it was your home, why would somebody kick you here to this hell? So, to free yourself from this looping and repeating, okay, the only way is to go the other way, okay? Not go back to where you came from, but creating your own space, and go within, of course. Do not rely, oh, God is going to do it because he loves me and he knows best. No, God doesn't know nothing. I don't see any evidence of loving God that would take care of any of us, honestly. In fact, I only seen the opposite, that you have to take care of by yourself, really. You have to take care of your own needs and your own safety, because there's nothing like somebody else is going to do it for you, some angel's going to come and going to do it for you. No, it doesn't work that way at all. So yes, to manifest that place, you have to work on it daily. I'm talking about creating your safe space, a safe place. And I'm not saying that it should be work. Maybe I should have used different term. It's a process, and use it few minutes here, few minutes there, but as long as you do it constantly, keep adding to it, to the point that you know the space. There's several buildings, that is, if you like, even create a city or a woodland, whatever it is, whatever goes for you, you can create a little bit further from where you say, oh, this is, I'm going to live, I'm going to have a home here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Yes, some people may have problem with what I'm saying here. So yeah, but come on, Tina, you want to recreate the Matrix, because this is what you're describing here is straight from this planet. I say, but we don't know of any other reality after the mind memory wipe, okay? We are born here, and this is all what we know. So unless you're doing some abstract imagination, okay, of something, you have to base this imagination on something. I use it for inspiration, as I say. You don't have to recreate house that you love in exactly the same manner. You can change shape of the rooms, you can change colors and textures, whatever. But as long as it's your own imagination in it, use it as inspiration, something that you really like. Be free, be creative, don't limit yourself. But it has to come from you, from within, from here. This is what my heaven looks like, okay? And you have to also believe. You have to, this is important, you must believe that you can do it. This is the key, okay? Because no good spending time every day and then have doubts. Oh, but I don't know, I'm probably not good enough, maybe it's not gonna work, this is all pie in the sky, I'm imagining those things and they may not be there. If you have doubts, then it's best to put this project aside. That's why I'm saying it is important to tidy up your life. to the point that you find yourself in a little bit better space, that you are more positive, okay? Because when you are in a positive frame of mind, you are more creative then, and you are more relaxed, and there's more chances that you're going to achieve exactly what you wish to have, okay? So you have to believe that you can do it, because you can. But if you have doubts, especially those doubts that somebody is going to prevent you, that you have to fight your way through, I mean, really, those sort of thoughts, this is very, very negative. And also, yes, that can become your reality too, because you're also creating this. You know, guys, I came to a funny, strange conclusion lately, that people say about these demons. Yes, I do believe they do exist, but I also believe that there are very negative entities, thought forms existing too. However, we're creating them with our negative thinking, with our imagination of something horrid. And you give shape of something, and it doesn't exist, but you're creating only within your mind. You projected it, and it becomes real. However, you've got the power to dismiss it totally, because those are not permanent beings. Those are just thought forms, you know. So remember, you have to stop for a moment and take all the negativity out and all this fear, because fear creates scary stuff, okay? Yes, there are demons. Yes, the universe is, I mean, we're not the only passengers between this whole massive existence of there. There's many other creations. It goes on endlessly. It's infinity, guys, I'm talking about here. That it goes on and on and on. There's probably others creations that we don't even imagine that they exist, okay? And yes, there's both permanent beings and thought forms that are created by somebody's fear, somebody's imagination, okay? So yes, I mean, you have to accommodate your thoughts between this aspect that yes, there could be permanent beings somewhere, but again, you're attracting them. If you're negative, you will attract them. They would come to you. Oh, so-and-so is scared. Oh, let's go and stand on her way and do something, okay? You're creating that too. But if you don't pay attention to it, and you are confident that nobody's going to interfere with you, that you are the creator being, you are your own creator and God, then you're going to be free to move on. Nothing's going to stand on your way. Nothing has power over you, really. Of course, in here, there's lots of negativity, lots of things has been written and spoken in different videos, that there's many obstacles and some very, really ridiculous claims. I mean, the most ridiculous claim I've heard was this 45-degree angle leaving your body after you die, you know. I mean, really, come on. What a nonsense. Again, if you believe that this is the only way, you better be careful, you know, because that could become your reality. So I don't even spend any time on this nonsense. I don't have time, honestly, to think like this. I try to better my existence. I try to open a way that would feel right for me, that would feel safe. I'm trying to get the heck out of this reality for good after this existence here is over, because I'm not planning to come back ever, under no circumstances in here.